What's up, guys? Today on the Steve Bizzogany Show, we're going to be going over some serious badass business hacks, and we're going to be talking about re-engaging your past clients and some really badass ways to do that. So, let's get right into it. Like I always like to do is keep the episode pretty short, sweet, to the point. So, we'll talk about how I do it. I'll just tell you a story about what I do. And what I do is, it's called the setup. I call it the setup. So basically at settlement, when you reach settlement with your buyer, or your seller, what I do, instead of bringing like we talked about in the last episode about the $7 bottle of trash champagne, what we'll do is I won't bring anything to settlement at all. I won't bring any gift at all. What I'll do is I'll do a couple things. I actually will get the birthdays and other information from the title closing agent about when their birthdays are. So I know, I don't want to ask people when their birthdays are. It's like can be kind of rude. So I'll get the birthdays from them. And then the setup is, pretty much this dialogue here, which is, hey guys, I did get you guys a really cool customized gift, but it's not here yet. It's not delivered yet. But when it does arrive, I'm going to give you guys a call in probably like a week or so. And then I'll come by and drop it off. Does that sound like a good idea? And they're usually like, oh, cool, a custom gift. Like, see, you didn't have to do that. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. And I want to make sure that you guys, this is and obviously buying a home is a big deal. So I want to make sure you guys have something special to celebrate it, like something like that. Now, let me make this clear. When I say that, I have not bought the gift yet. I haven't even started buying the gift yet. I haven't ordered anything. Because obviously we don't do anything until after settlement. I want the deal to be closed first because we don't want to spend money unless the deal actually closes. So that whole dialogue occurs, and then after settlement, the first thing I do is I go home and I will actually order. I'll get the picture from the Waterlog app, and I'll go to the CVS and I'll put the whole thing together, and I'll order the matted frame on Amazon. 2 days later, it shows up, and then I go call them up. It's a reason to call. And then, obviously I would deliver it assuming they're moving in soon. Like if they're not moving in for another month, then I'll go drop it off somewhere else. What I sometimes will do is I will take it to their place of work and in the morning, because what they'll do is they'll take it back into work with them. And everyone at work will be like, oh my God, where did you get that? Is that your house you just bought? They're like, yeah, my realtor just dropped it off. And they're like, well, that's cool. I want, who's your realtor? Little real estate hack for you. So that's been helpful for me as well. So what else do I have here in my show notes? So here's the other thing is this setup, like this whole dynamic of you telling them that you're going to be coming by their house with a gift, is basically conditioning them and getting them used to the fact that you are going to be doing this more and more often. Like you're going to be doing this regularly. This is not this is not a one-time thing. This is, you're conditioning them to learn to accept that you are going to be stopping in just to say hi and see them with a gift of some kind once in a while. Now, obviously you're not going to stay over for like hours at a time, but like just to stop in and say hi. And another line that I tell people, like, settlement, we go through that whole dialogue. They finish buying the house or selling the house. Then we walk out of settlement. Now, if they're a buyer, around my office, one of my famous lines is, is that I tell my buyers, I'm like, look, I come with the house. Like, I know you guys just bought this house. We are not done yet. I come with the house. You are not getting rid of me. I come with the house, and I will be there for you whenever you have a problem. Whatever the issue is, let me know. If you have an electrical issue, call me. If you have a roof issue, call me. If you have a basement leak, call me. I have access to all these contractors that can do this stuff for you. And that provides extra value and after settlement service for your clients. It makes you that much better of a real estate agent. And obviously it gives you a reason to reach out to them. You condition them. They expect it. So what happens is when you call your past clients, it's not out of the blue. They're not like, what the hell is Steve calling me for? Like, what is he doing? Like, what is this weird behavior from my real estate agent? It's not like that because you told them you come with the house. You are going to be calling and stopping by with gifts on them periodically. So when you call it or call them, you're like, they pick up the phone like, oh, you know what? That's right. Steve did say he was going to do this. And it's normal. Like, it's accepted. It's normal and accepted. So, what else do we have in my show notes here? Oh, so this is important. So, other than that setup is how you condition them and prepare them for what's coming. Now, what's actually coming here is the actual practice of doing the other things, which is the continuity programs and your personal notes and your monthly communication with them, or your video text messages, your client parties. All these things are the actual process of maintaining them. Now, here's where the badassery comes in the continuity programs. Now, I'm just going to talk about a few of the things that I've done, and then, obviously you can do other programs based on where you are in the United States. Because, in Philadelphia, like, I can't really do, like, I don't know if we have country line dancing around here. That's probably not as prevalent as it might be out in other countries or in other areas of the country. But we do have other stuff. So one of the things I did is I established a monthly golf night for, like, when the weather was nice, that we would set up at a driving range that allowed us to bring beer. Had to be in cans, but we would show up at the driving range. I think it was like the second Thursday of every month, and we just hit balls on the driving range. I mean, it wasn't a full out game, but, like, you get to hang out, your clients get to hang out, get to meet each other, you get to bond over a golf game, and, whack some balls and get to blow off some steam after a late or a hard day of work, and enjoy yourself. And that was a nice way to bond with clients face to face. And again, you don't have to ask for referrals here. Again, like I said, I'm a big proponent of asking for referrals, big time, but you don't have to ask in this situation. Like, you just be the real estate agent and encourage your clients to bring their friends, encourage them to bring their coworkers, and then be like, hey, I'm going, or you can have poker night. Now, I'm not much of a card player, but there are poker players out there like, hey, I got a poker night every first Monday of the month, or whatever, or you can do it every week. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's obviously something you could do monthly or weekly. That just came to mind just now. I actually never did that. But I can imagine that, I do know that there are groups out there that do. So, and you can build really, really good relationships with these continuity programs like that. Now, another thing is, like, you could do, what else? Weekly yoga, fitness, or wellness classes. That was a thing that I saw another real estate agent in another state do, and she knocked it out of the park with this, and she grew it to be a pretty big group. And it was really, really well. It worked really, really well. She got to know a lot of girls in the area who liked, actually, and guys too, who like to do yoga, and she built a nice client base and got a lot of referrals from that. And she built her own networking group, which was cool. Another thing that I did notice that I never actually applied, but I did notice that recently my wife actually started up like a book club, and she had, like, I don't know, she probably had like 11 women in my house, and I got, in our study, and she's got these. They all talking about this book, and they're all having fun. They're all drinking and enjoying themselves, and they're all bonding over this book, and then they're planning on the next book club in the next month. That's another good example. You could do a book club. Now, I mean, it's not for me, but I mean, do stuff that you like. For me, book club's not my thing. Neither is, country line dancing or yoga. They're not my things. Like, weightlifting, yeah, sure, but yoga's not really my thing. Maybe some CrossFit. I've never done CrossFit, but the higher paced activity things are more for me. But do stuff that you like. One thing that I did do, I did build a relationship with a couple of nail salons, and every last Friday of the month, I would pay for my clients to get manicures. And I said they were allowed to bring one friend. So I went to the nail salons. I said, here's my credit card. Anybody who comes in here and says that they're my client, I'm going to tell you that my clients are coming, and then you're going to charge my credit card. And what, they'll have, I think I'm sure they probably tipped whoever did their nails, because I can't really tip on the credit card because I don't really know what's going on. But sometimes you can go with your clients to the manicure, to get the manicure. Now, I actually didn't go to get the manicures with them. I'd actually follow up and say, like, hey, how'd it go? Let me see, send me a picture. What color did you get? Or something fun like that. Now, surprisingly, I didn't realize how much men like to get manicures, and that was a big thing. So obviously I wasn't asking them for colors as much as I was with the women, but it was like, this is not just for women. This is actually for men too. And actually, and it actually turned into a date type of thing. And I said, you guys can bring one friend. And what I found out was that a lot of people all the couples were going together. They were making this a date thing. Like, oh, let's go get our nails done. And I purposely scheduled it on Friday because obviously the weekend's coming. Everybody wants to have fresh nails for the weekend. So, that's when I set it up that way. So you learn all kinds of different things this way. So, again, I paid for the monthly manicures. I didn't pay for like a manicure, a pedicure the gel coat and all that stuff. It was just, you have 15, I told him, look, I'm paying for a $15, obviously I'm not made of money, but like this is what I was paying for. And I didn't have a limit as to how many clients could do it every month. On average, I think it was somewhere between 70 and $125 a month is what it cost me to do that. So it wasn't so bad. Could have been, you could obviously waste money on something like, the way Zillow's going to this day, these days. You could do something like that, and spend money on that if you choose to do so. Wouldn't be what I advise. But, and then also client appreciation parties. Another, I've done this, I'm doing these for like 3 years now. So like, actually, I've been doing them differently for the last 3 years. Let me correct myself. I've been doing them differently for the last 3 years. The 3 years ago, I did them. Let's see. I did 2 a year, once every 6 months. The year after that, I did one every. What do you call them? One every. This past year, I did one every month, and one every quarter, and then this past year, one every month. Now, for me, I don't like the quarterly, or I don't like the monthly one. I like the quarterly one. The quarterly one is a lot better. I think every month, it's by the time you're set up and scheduled for the next part for your one party, you're already like trying to come up with a new idea and sending an invitation out for the next one, and it's all just way too close. The quarterly, I do like this. The one every 6 months, I think it's a little too far apart. I think you can get in front of your clients more than just twice a year, in a group setting. So I like the quarterly ones. I think it's a nice space. You can spend about a month and a half setting up for it. Then they can have the party. Then you get it a month and a half off without hearing from you. Give them some space. So you don't want to be too in their face. And then, 45 days ahead. So they get that space away from you too, man. But they also keeps you top of mind as well. Gives you an excuse to call them so you don't feel like a creepy salesperson just, calling out of the blue, hey, can I have a referral? Like, it's not anything weird like that. So, like, hey, you come to the party, I sent the invitation out the other day. We, really want to see you. Let's go bowling, or let's go to axe throwing, or whatever it is that you're doing. So that's pretty much the hacks of the week here for the badassery of the real estate industry and re-engaging your past clients. So I hope that's helpful to some people. I hope it inspires you to come up with some ideas of your own and how you can make this work in your market. And then also at the end of this episode, now that we're at the end of the episode, I wanted to ask you guys if there's any kind of specific topic that you'd like me to talk about, and what I've done in my career and how I can help you improve it in your own. So if you guys do have a suggested topic, definitely let me know. You can reach out to me. Just send me an email, probably steve@centercitylistings.com. You can just send me an email. That's my work email, and then we'll happy to put it on the air here. So hopefully you guys got a good use of that, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.